This is Monument Farms, and this is their story. You see, there's a lot that goes into creating the freshest and best tasting milk in Addison County. From the cows in the barns, the farmers in the fields, and the milkers in the parlor, to the team in the plant and the Monument milkmen stocking the shelves. The job is to create the perfect glass of milk. From skim to whole to chocolate, half and half to their world-famous heavy cream, Monument Farms produces dairy that's fresh. This is Monument Farms, and this could be the freshest story ever told.
I've been asked by customers a number of times, where do you guys get your milk? What farms does it come from? And when I tell them it is our farm, they're blown away by it. Today's consumers seem to be very concerned with what is in the product that they're going to be buying. They don't want additives, they don't want growth hormones, they don't want anything that's going to be unnatural or unhealthy.
So they're looking at labels, and people do want local.
We are in complete control of what we put into our product.
Growing our own crops, we raise our own animals. We've got our own farm where we milk all of our own cows.
Our milk comes straight from the cows and then goes to the dairy where it's, processed and distributed.
We can oversee everything right from start to finish.
It never leaves our company until it goes to the customer.
You're going to have a quality glass of milk, and it's going to be safe.
We don't cut corners. It's not always the most efficient way, but we do what's right.
Before their milk goes into the tank, we take a sample and test it, and then every tank that's sampled gets tested before it goes into the plant.
But we take extreme steps to make sure there are no antibiotics in Monument's milk. We follow strict guidelines set by FDA, and we actually have some overlap where we do more than FDA recommends.
We've never used our BST and have no plans to.
Monument Farms pledges not to use supplemental hormones on their animals.
We want to make sure everything is as perfect as possible.
Parlor management, how the milkers are handling the cows.
It's very essential that all items that milk is touching is clean to perfection.
Fresh means that Monument's raw milk comes in well below the state of Vermont's requirements for a finished product.
We're gonna measure the amount of milk in the tank. We're gonna take a sample of it, and at the same time, I'm gonna be screening that milk for the presence of any inhibitors. In a finished packaged pasteurized product has to be less than 10,000. Even though this is raw milk, our raw standard plate counts are typically under 2,500.
A lot of producers get around that by ultra-pasteurization.
Oftentimes, the longer shelf life goes hand in hand with a longer list of ingredients.
Our milk gets processed less, spends less time on a truck than a lot of the commodity fluid milk.
If you're going to be getting milk from, say, a bigger bottling company, your turnaround time could be 4 or 5 days.
Do you really want your milk shipped for miles and miles and miles? No, you want to get it local. Yeah.
You are what you eat. So that's definitely something that we try to consider.
The way we handle the milk and the speed at which we can get it to the consumer makes a tremendous difference in how it tastes.
Freshness, that's the most important thing.
This is like our first significant snow that they've kind of gotten to go through here, so they can get very easily excited.
The animal is your livelihood, but they're not machines.
New life is always a new promise. Seeing those animals come to maturity and thrive, that's really what we live for.
I love it. They're my pride and joy, the calves.
A calf needs to be healthy in order to grow properly to be ready to make milk.
There's a lot of technology that goes along with keeping cows comfortable.
A cow can't produce what she naturally would want to produce if she's stressed.
Having healthy soil to lead to healthy crops is only beneficial for the cows and the milk they produce.
You cannot produce good quality milk if you're feeding very poor feed.
Frank is really consistent on how he feeds the cows the same every day, and he feeds them the same time every day.
1,000 pounds of corn, total load ends up at 5,300 pounds.
We're testing feed all the time for its nutritional values. Each group of cows gets a different formula. Each formula has different energy levels and protein levels based on their ability to produce milk.
You'd be surprised at how many of your favorite products and recipes come from Monument's cows.
We have the milkman, the sensory panel who tastes every batch of ingredients that we get from every supplier. And we have tried other creams before, and when there was a difference in taste, we knew the Monument Farms met our specification and tasted better.
Happy cows create nice, sweet, fatty milk, because they're not stressed out. Stress burns fat. Fat means flavor. If you don't have fat, you don't have flavor.
The flavor of the milk in itself it's really good, super clean, really nice. I think it translates over so well to what we're doing. With the quality of the milk that it is, it makes our job a lot easier in a lot of ways.
The good ingredients are definitely what make our product delicious. And we use a lot of cream.
Pretty much every restaurant down here has Monument Farms heavy cream in it.
There's a lot of different chocolate milks out there, a lot of milks out there. And we wanted to make sure we're using Monument Farms. It has less ingredients and it tastes better.
What was your order number? What state are you located? That stuff doesn't even exist with them. When you call up and you get somebody in the office, who knows you by name, and they're the best.
When I first started working here, we were using other milk products and just wasn't selling. We had to, unfortunately, throw some of it away, and now we can't keep the Monument on the shelves.
What would happen if you switched to a different heavy cream?
I'm unwilling to find out.
You got a chocolate mustache. No, I don't. You have a chocolate mustache.
If you don't care about your milk this much.
No, you have a chocolate mustache. Hey, don't get chocolate mustache on my face.
You're drinking the wrong milk.
This is the chocolate milk we all dream about. This is the good stuff.
Our milk machine is one of the most memorable things for people that visit us.
That's super chocolate. Monument Farms tastes like heaven.
Keep them coming. We have it all the time.
Of course I drink it.
Dilly dilly.
Drink it every day.
It's like a fine wine.
It's really fresh.
Oh, wonderful.
Woo! Creamy.
Fresh and local.
I mean, to think this was in a cow 24 hours ago. It is always awesome. That's good.
Nothing beats this. I prefer local.
First sample right here, Monument.
It's the best chocolate milk in the world.
It's not like we have chocolate cows.
That's super good milk.
If it's not Monument Farms, we're not drinking it.
Monument Farms isn't just a farm. It's a fourth-generation Vermont family business. This is John. Although he performs a mean Michael Jackson till the wee hours of the morning with his band, the Horse Traders, he also gets up in the wee hours of the morning to empty the tanks and measure the quality of that evening's batch of milk.
It is 1:45 a.m.
John's role is to be in charge of the processing and to oversee the quality control.
This is Bob.
He has taken a great interest in the management of the digester.
A farm methane digester allows methane to be released from the manure.
He creates cow power, transforming greenhouse gases into renewable energy that powers the whole farm and then some.
A project like this can put out stable electricity onto the grid 24 hours a day.
We have a partnership with a woodchuck cider.
We take the lease from the bottoms of their tanks and we feed that lease in with the manure, and it helps to liquefy the manure.
The bacteria in the digester loves this stuff, and it just creates a much more potent gas, you could say.
The manure, after it's been through the digester, can produce material for bedding.
And this is Pete. He serves on the board of directors for the Champlain Valley Farmer Coalition to make sure the land will be around to provide for future generations.
Pete deals with the required ag practices, with water runoff.
We'll keep looking at new and better ways to improve the water quality.
I had a great respect for my grandfather, my dad, my aunt for pioneering this farm into a business that does more than just farm.
That was God's plan. He put the animals here for us, and fortunately, the people on the farm have taken that cue and done a good job.
Every generation has grown the business, and I think we've learned a lot from the third generation. They've laid some pretty big tracks to fill.
And my goal is to get it through the third generation and on to the fourth.
And then there's the young guns. You won't find a higher caliber. There's Dan. He's in charge of making sure the milk gets to where it's going.
Dan has taken the role of route manager, whether it's running a delivery route or overseeing employees who are running routes.
I think we've probably got over 450 accounts at this point.
And Ben, Mr. Fix-It. He tends to Monument's entire fleet of trucks, tractors, and equipment.
There's 11 delivery trucks, close to 20 tractors, several pickups. I installed a lead track. I love fixing things. To me, it doesn't matter what it is.
And then there's Tyler. You'll find him working the fields, mixing feed, and testing the soil to create Monument's nutrient management plan.
The results from the soil test to get a better understanding of how to add nutrients to the fields to make them most efficient for your plant growth.
The milkers, our herdsmen are all striving to produce a top quality product.
I think we owe everything to our employees. They're the ones that do all the work and really are the ones that deserve the recognition for everything that we do.
All of our employees, our present employees, our past employees, have just been a huge, huge part of our success.
It's everybody as a team.
They're all family.
But integrity is a huge part of it. Everyone stepped in and filled the shoes they need to fill as they go along. They do what they need to do to keep the farm going.
They're very dedicated, and they're a very giving family. They support the community 100%.
It's nice to be in a community that cares like this.
Oddly enough, some people just come up and say thank you for producing and offering such a good local product. It's a good feeling. You know you're doing something right.
This shows the support from the local community. They know and trust Monument Farms.
And I love what I do, and I love that we can put a product out there that people love.
I was addicted to chocolate milk.
Delicious.
The chocolate milk is the biggest seller.
We all take an awful lot of pride in what we do and what we've built, but even more so in our community.
It's more than just milk. I bought the store in 1991, and I have carried Monument Farms out ever since.
Well, our driver has to be here at right at 6, or else people are like, where's my chocolate milk?
People will come and thank us for making stuff that they can raise their families on.
This is all my kids eat.
They care about the people and the product they're producing.
We have lots of people who say they really enjoy coming here to get their milk.
We're very proud to offer to our community the products that we package, and we're hugely thankful to our community.
There's really no way of expressing how much it means as a company to have the support from our customers that we do.
Monument Farms Dairy. Raise a glass. After all, you are what you eat.